I'm currently doing a daily posting challenge for the month of August here on YouTube. And as a result of that, I've been thinking a lot about social media. And social media has been serving me a lot of content around social media growth, social media tips, other people doing similar challenges on here. And as I reach the over the halfway mark, I think today is August the 20th, if I'm not mistaken. As I'm in the last third of this posting challenge, I wanted to share some thoughts that I had on how we build these social channels to be a reflection of us, and we want them to be sustainable, and we want them to represent our lives and be our digital footprint. And it is so difficult for you to change what you talk about, what you're interested in, and show up as a different person on social media. What I mean by this is, as a creator, you are told that you should follow a niche of some kind because that makes it easier for the algorithm to know who to serve your content to. And sure, practically that makes sense. For example, in my case, I started this channel 6 years ago. The things that I wanted to talk about 6 years ago are very different from the things I want to talk about today. Why? Because in 6 years, I have changed a lot as a person. My interests, I've got more experience, my passions, my hobbies, the things in my career, everything has changed so much. My life has changed a lot. And so naturally, the things that I want to share on here are different. I also just have more, I was going to say more wisdom, but I guess I've just got a different perspective on how I want to show up online and the things that I want to talk about and how I want to talk about them, right? But what I'm learning through this daily posting challenge is I can post more than I've ever posted in the last 6 years. But the algorithm punishes you for being you. Because even though I'm posting more than I've ever posted before, my numbers are lower than they have ever been before. And practically, logically, tactically, I get it. The algorithm is serving my content to people who didn't sign up for me talking about all this random stuff that I'm talking about at the moment, and that's okay. I'm not externally motivated by those numbers. This is all very intrinsically motivated for me, as I alluded to when I started this challenge. But it got me thinking about how social media punishes us for wanting to evolve our online footprint. I'm guessing the same goes for Instagram. I don't know about TikTok, but it definitely is the case for YouTube, that once you're kind of pigeonholed into a certain category, it's very, very, very hard to pivot. But guess what? It's also bloody hard to start a new channel from scratch, especially when there are a whole bunch of new guidelines coming out or being implemented from early next year to be monetized in the partner program on YouTube. I've got two other branching thoughts on this, off this. One is that in a world where there is more AI slop, there is more highly curated content, in a world where consumers are extremely wary of what people online are saying because of brand sponsorships and, other reasons why someone might show up in a certain way on social media, people are very wary of that. And especially because of AI slop, people want authenticity. They want this, they want someone to just jump on and connect with you more. That one-on-one, you want to feel like someone's talking to you like a friend, basically. Those are the videos that I love the most these days, where I just feel like I'm hanging out with a friend on my TV. And so because we're seeing a rise in that, and on the other hand, we're seeing a rise in people want to self-express, want to be more creative. People are really starting to diversify away from your typical corporate career and dabble in online businesses where they have to just show up as who they are. People are now a lot more likely to be able to build an online presence by just sharing their opinion, and so many more people are attempting that. So what I'm saying is, with these two off-branch thoughts, is I hope these kind of marry together at some point and help me out with what I'm doing here. I'm showing up as my authentic self. I'm sharing vulnerably the topics and thoughts that I have on varying topics, and I'm simply speaking my mind. I'm not curating. I am not over editing. I'm trying to show up as just a human being that can connect with someone on the other side of the screen. I hope that because it seems like consumers and society is looking for more of that authenticity, that eventually this is going to reap me some benefits. And if it doesn't, I'm still learning a shit ton in the process. So that is okay, and I'll figure it out. The creator side is one part of the puzzle. On the consumer side, like if you are just, if you think about what you're served on your feeds, I also think it's really hard to change what your whoops, my SD card was full. As I was saying, think as a just regular consumer of social media, what your algorithm serves you and feeds you is also quite hard to evolve as you are evolving. Yes, when you look up something new on social media, it's very likely you will start to see more of that new thing, even if you looked it up once. But I still find that I get served videos about topics that are so distant from my life now, things that I used to care about years and years and years ago, and I just simply don't care about them. And it's almost like the algorithm tries to keep you stuck in that old place you were in that, say, your old identity. Yeah, so I think it's not just creators who suffer from this, it's also on the consumer side. Yeah, these are my thoughts for today. It's still got 10, 11 days to go of this challenge, and I'm going to keep pushing through because I'm getting so much, again, intrinsic benefit from this challenge. Even just thoughts like this, while it might be challenging and it's hit me a little bit where I look at the numbers and I feel a little bit disheartened, even though I was kind of expecting it. The fact that I've learned I've learned this perspective of actually showing up as your best or as yourself in the best way you can and just purely focusing on self-expression is the way to go. And also I've seen a few videos of other people talking about this. Like, for example, a girl I follow on Instagram, she talks about spirituality and she's on the topic of like empowering women and sort of stepping into your power and how you sort of align yourself to your purpose and things. There are certain topics in that category she wouldn't talk about because those videos were not well performing and not well received. But recently she decided to just stick to it and just push those videos up because ultimately that's what comes naturally to her to talk about. Those are the things she's going deeper on in her own life. Those are the things she's researching and learning about. And those are the conversations she's having in real life. But she would hold back from sharing those online because it didn't serve the algorithm. But now she's pushed through and she is going all in on those videos. And it's taken a while, maybe a few weeks, but those are now some of her best performing videos. And I think that is just the byproduct. That's not the goal. That's not the outcome. It's just a byproduct of consistency and sticking to your truth, which is what I intend to do on here. But yeah, I just wanted to share this thought in real time, as I log on to my YouTube Studio dashboard, probably after recording this, and see those numbers. I hope to be able to look back at this video and say, I'm so glad I stuck to my guns and I stayed true to talking about the things I care about, staying aligned with who I am now, and not just falling into the trap of, let me just talk about the things I used to talk about or the things that I think YouTube wants me to talk about, because that's not sustainable and that is definitely not going to get this channel going or growing for much longer. So yeah, here's to another wrap. I'll see you for another video tomorrow.